Hello students, I welcome you all to the e-learning sessions of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Myself Hardik Shah, and I am here to share my knowledge with you all about the subject of automobile engines. Okay, so we have already started a session on supercharging, turbocharging and scavenging, and our today's topic for this video is scavenging process, its types, and we will also see in the end that what are the different pumps that we are using in scavenging. Okay, so let's start our video. So what is scavenging? Scavenging is a type of gas exchange process in which combustion product of the fuel is removed by blowing fresh air into the cylinder. The scavenging takes place during the overlapping of valve or port. This process is necessary for smooth running of both 4-stroke and 2-stroke engines. Okay, so that was the scavenging. So let's see what is the definition of scavenging. So scavenging is the process in which the burnt gases are removed from the cylinder by entering fresh air charge into the cylinder. So during the power stroke, the air fuel mixture burns in the cylinder and the burnt gases are to be exhausted, or you can say to be exit from the cylinder. So the fresh charge may enter the cylinder during the suction stroke. Fine. So now let's see what are the main purpose of this scavenging process. So as all we know that in some of the exhaust gases that remain inside the cylinder after the exhaust stroke, they will be mixed with the fresh charge and it will dilute the fresh charge. So the dilute charge will develop less power. Also there is one more logic that fresh charge also should not go out with the exhaust gases. Fine. So if the unburnt fresh charges go out of the cylinder, it will actually increase the fuel consumption and the fuel will also waste. So less power will be produced. So the ideal process is exhaust gas should escape the cylinder completely and fresh charge should not be mixed with the exhaust gas and it should remain inside the engine, and this is achieved by scavenging. For this purpose, the combustion chamber and piston head are specially designed. In piston, the piston head of the 2-stroke cycle engine is specially designed for this scavenging purpose. There is one deflector over it. So the deflector at piston head is designed in such a form that it deflects the fresh charge towards the combustion chamber and burnt gases towards the exhaust port. Thus, the fresh charge does not escape the cylinder without burning. Same way the combustion chamber is also designed. Okay, so that was the scavenging. So now let's see what are the types of scavenging. Scavenging is actually classified in two ways. First is based on theoretical process, second is based on practical process. Okay, so first one, based on theoretical process, there are main three criteria for it: a perfect scavenging, second one is perfect mixing, and third one is short circuiting. Perfect scavenging, perfect mixing and short circuiting. Okay, so let's see all of them one by one. So these are the theoretical methods. Fine. So what is perfect scavenging? Ideally the fresh fuel air mixture, or you can say fresh charge, should remain separated from the residual combustion product, that is both mass and heat transfer during the scavenging process. Okay, so in short this process, in this process the fresh charge does not mix with the combustion product and it simply pushes the exhaust gas towards the exhaust port. So whatever inlet is coming, it will push exhaust and the exhaust will go out. That is called perfect scavenging. Perfect mixing, so in the incoming fresh charge mixes completely and instantaneously with the cylinder contents and the portion of mixture passes out from the exhaust port at the rate equal to the entering cylinder. So this is homogeneous mixture, consists initially of the product of combustion only and then gradually it changes to the pure air. Fine. So certain mixing is occurring between incoming and exhaust, okay, and in combustion chamber. Short circuiting, the fresh charge coming from the scavenging manifold directly go out of the exhaust ports without removing of any residual gas. This is a dead load condition and its occurrence must be avoided. So fresh charge should not go out of the cylinder. Now based on the practical process, there are three types. First is uniflow scavenging. second is loop scavenging, and third one is cross flow scavenging. Okay, so let's see all of them one by one. So first one is uniflow scavenging process or uniflow scavenging method. So in this, exhaust valve is fitted at the top of the cylinder and the two inlet ports are at the lower part of the cylinder. The fresh charge enters the cylinder from the two inlet port and it pushes the exhaust to go out of the exhaust valve from the upper portion. So the direction of the flow of the fresh charge and the exhaust gas is always same. So it is called uniflow. The direction is same, uniflow scavenging, and there are two types in uniflow scavenging. One is uniflow scavenging with poppet exhaust valve and second one is scavenging with opposed piston. So in both the types, the fresh charge enter from the bottom. Okay, now the flow is controlled by the movement of piston. So in poppet valve type, the valve is fitted at the top, which is mechanically operated by the cam, and exhaust gases go out of the cylinder from the valve when it opens by respect to cam. Now in opposed piston, what is happening? The inlet and exhaust ports are controlled by the separate piston and the piston will be driven by the separate crankshaft. That is called opposed piston, and the scavenging happens. So what are the advantages of the uniflow scavenging? So first is better scavenging because of the minimum mixing of the fresh charge and exhaust. Second one is more power and efficiency because of the better combustion. Okay. Now what are the disadvantages of the uniflow scavenging? Let's see it. So first is the system is actually complicated as separate crankshaft is required for giving motion to that poppet valve or the opposite piston. That was the main point. Second one is high maintenance. So that was the second point. And third one is high initial cost because parts are very high. Parts are many. Okay. So these are the disadvantages. Now let's see the second one, that is loop scavenging. So in this method, the inlet and exhaust port both are situated on the one side of the lower part of the cylinder. So the fresh charge flow in the cylinder in the form of loop and pushes the exhaust gas to go outward from the exhaust port. So both are on the same side. Okay. And the exhaust gas go out. So in loop, or you can say reverse scavenging, there are three subtypes. First is MAN type, MAN type loop scavenging. So in this method, what is happening? The exhaust and inlet ports are placed on the same side, but exhaust port is placed slightly above the inlet port. So the arrangement is suitable for large engine which is running at medium or high speed. That was MAN type, MAN. Second one is tangential loop type scavenging method. So in this scavenging, what is happening? The two pair of inclined inlet ports are directed upwards and the exhaust port is placed at the center of it. So the fresh charge enter from the inclined inlet port directed towards the upward. It forms the U shape, or you can say loop shape, and it forces the exhaust gas to go out of the exhaust port. It provides much better scavenging than the simple loop system. Third one is Curtis type loop scavenging method. So in this system, what is happening? Number of inlet ports having the different upward inclinations, and their inclination varies according to position relative to exhaust port as it is shown in this figure. Okay. So the inlet port near to exhaust port have smaller inclination compared to the far inlet port for better scavenging. So this promotes a displacement of exhaust gas from the top and their explosion from the exhaust ports. So what are the main advantages of this? First one is better scavenging compared to cross scavenging. Fine. Second one is simple, reliable and less maintenance. These are the advantages. And what are the disadvantages? So there are main disadvantage, that is better cooling is required to reduce thermal stresses on piston and cylinder liner. So that was the loop scavenging. Okay. Third one, that is cross flow, or you can say cross scavenging. So in this scavenging, what is happening? It is actually generally adopted in a two-stroke engines. So the transfer port and exhaust ports are situated in front of each other at the lower part of the cylinder. Okay. The fresh charge enters the cylinder through the transfer port and it is deflected upwards. Then it comes towards the exhaust port. Thus it pushes the exhaust gases towards the exhaust port and it will go out. That is called cross flow, or you can say cross scavenging. Okay, so cross flow, what are the advantages of cross flow? It is very simple in design and construction is also simple. It has very low cost compared to other one. Okay, and less maintenance required due to absence of valves and pumps and other devices. So it is very cheap. Okay, now what are the advantages? The cross scavenging is actually not effective. However, it is used in low capacity petrol engines due to its simplicity and the low cost. Okay, it is commonly used with the two-wheeler engine, basically in the two-wheeler engines. Okay, in two-wheelers. Now, what are the disadvantages of this system? First one is poor scavenging, means more amount of exhaust remain inside the cylinder, which will actually dilute the fresh charge. So total combustion will not occur. Okay, now some of the fresh charge also goes directly to the exhaust without combustion, means fresh charge actually losses from the combustion chamber, and due to above these two reasons, the power output and the thermal efficiency actually reduces. So that was the cross flow scavenging disadvantages. So these are three main type of scavenging done in two-stroke engines, which is actually called crankcase scavenging, in which transfer port is there to pump the fuel inside it. So now let's see what are the scavenging pumps which are flowing the fuel inside the cylinder. So in the two-stroke engines, crankcase scavenging is used for pumping the fuel inside the cylinder. In a four-stroke engines, what is there? Different pumps are used, and some of them are positive displacement pumps. Now what is positive displacement pump? So there are actually happening in this way. The positive displacement pump makes a fluid, or you can say fuel, move by trapping a fixed amount and forcing it, and forcing the volume into the discharge pipe. So what is positive displacement pump? Actually they are used and expanding cavity on a suction side and decreasing cavity on the discharge side. So fuel flows into the pump as the cavity on the suction side expands, and the fuel flow out of the discharge at the cavity collapses. Okay, so the volume is constant through the each cycle of operation. That is a requirement of this. So there are basically two types. First one is reciprocating and second one is rotary type. Okay, so there are two types, reciprocating and rotary. In reciprocating, the piston type pump is actually used for the reciprocation motion, that you all know. And in rotary type, there are three types: gear pump, screw pump and vane pump, that already you have learned in EME and other previous chapters, just like superchargers. Okay, so some of the most important questions that can be asked from these chapters are types of scavenging, thereafter methods of supercharging and turbocharging, fine. Thereafter difference between superchargers and turbochargers. Thereafter one more question is scavenging pumps. Okay, so these are the main questions which can be asked in exam. Okay, so that's it in today's session. In next session we will discuss more about automobile engines. So if you have any query, just write it in a comment section or personally contact me. I will try to solve it as soon as possible. And yes, of course, subscribe this channel to get more content just like this faster than others. Okay, so stay tuned and keep learning. Okay, see you in next video. Thank you.